Bad Bunny will be performing during the halftime of the Super Bowl. Depending on who you are, you might feel some kind of way about that. I personally think it's awesome, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Bad Bunny has been very successful in a lot of different ventures. One of those being professional wrestling. He's been a part of 3 matches in the WWE, and all 3 were amazing. So much so that wrestling fans are still clamoring for his return to the company at some point. I believe Mark Henry made this take as well, that Bad Bunny's the greatest celebrity wrestler in wrestling history. And besides maybe like a Logan Paul, who's like him or hate him, really good, it's hard to find another celebrity that you would actually put above Bad Bunny as far as like actually having a wrestling match and being a really compelling character. This is why Bad Bunny's WWE run was so successful. The first time we would see Bad Bunny in WWE would be at the Royal Rumble 2021. It was the pandemic Royal Rumble, so it was just nothing but screens and people watching it at home. But he performed his song Booker T with Booker T on stage with him. For a lot of wrestling fans, this is the first time they have ever heard or seen Bad Bunny a day in their life. This tweet's actually hilarious from AJ Francis, mentioning, remember when wrestling fans had no clue who Bad Bunny was and tried to act like he was a nobody, even though bro is like the biggest global superstar in the music world. After his performance, he would actually appear in the Rumble, not actually being a participant, but just showing up after The Miz and John Morrison were being mad disrespectful. This would lead to their elimination and set the course for a Bad Bunny WrestleMania match. Over the next few weeks, Bad Bunny would appear on Raw, teaming with Damian Priest as an on-screen supportive character, really putting another wrestling talent on, which is another reason why I feel like his run was so successful, because a lot of times with these celebrity runs in WWE, it's always about what they're promoting. It's always about highlighting their next movie, their next album, their big TV show. And yes, Bad Bunny was promoting an album and a future tour coming up, but because Bad Bunny also grew up a lifelong wrestling fan, if you check out that video with Drake, the music video for MIA, he's wearing an Eddie Guerrero t-shirt in it, which I think is really cool. His run was obviously about getting himself over, but really putting a lot of emphasis on Damian Priest, a guy that WWE would see as a future world champion. For the next few weeks, Bunny would help Damian Priest, getting the one-up on Miz and Morrison. Even at Elimination Chamber, he would slap The Miz in the face. I think The Miz would go on to win the title that same day. And during this time, he also became a champion within WWE, winning the comedic timing belt, the 24/7 championship taken from Tozawa. Then he was able to go on SNL holding that championship and really just putting WWE further on a pedestal in his life and also in front of his fans. So when they see Bad Bunny walk around with his championship belt that says WWE 24/7 on it, they're like, what is this? Let me watch. This would eventually lead to a challenge between the 2 teams. At WrestleMania 37, the first time they would be in front of a crowd of people, even though it was kind of like a socially distanced, limited crowd. Now, we've seen celebrities appear at WrestleMania before. Logan Paul's first WrestleMania appearance was actually on this show too. William Perry, Floyd Mayweather, a lot of celebrities have competed in wrestling matches at WrestleMania. The following year, we even see Johnny Knoxville, a match that was awesome. But they immediately caught wrestling fans and obviously the wrestlers' attention because, well, they wanted him to come back. In a WrestleMania to have that triple threat match and also Bianca and Sasha Banks, Bad Bunny might have been the biggest highlight of that year's WrestleMania card. I mean, that Bianca stuff was like pretty top tier. I mean, Roman pinning both dudes, that's pretty cool. But like Bad Bunny's within the top 3 conversations of that WrestleMania. Instantly, wrestling fans realize, oh, this guy is actually like someone I want to get behind, someone I actually want to support. And the same reason Bad Bunny is such a global megastar when it comes to music is the same reason why wrestling fans attached to him so easily when he appeared in the company. He was a disruptor in the music space, especially in the Latin American space, not because his music is something that people would disagree with, but how he would carry himself, his fashion. The guy chose to stand out and you guys were forced to understand who he was. And in pro wrestling terms, that's typically what makes people into superstars. Take someone like The Undertaker, 30 years playing a undead zombie. Right? And I worked in that little occupation era of WWE where people were policemen and hockey players and trash men. We were moving into different generations of him still playing an undead zombie, and no one batted an eye to it because it was different. It was cool. Jeff Hardy's essentially cutting up leggings and socks and putting it around his arms and jumping off every single thing in the world with rainbow colored hair. And because he was so different, people latched onto him so easily because what he did in the ring and also just who he is as a person. So when most wrestling fans see celebrities come into WWE and they feel like they're being promoted at without any real passion for the sport, they tend to not care. They tend to talk crap. They tend to tweet pretty nasty things. But you could tell this guy was just different. He actually cared about what he was doing. While he was promoting to us, you could tell he's actually having fun with what he was doing as well. And one of the sole purposes of his run wasn't just to make WWE more popular or make himself more popular. He also got to put over a future world champion in WWE and arguably still one of the bigger stars in the company right now, Damian Priest. Bunny would return to the WWE during the Royal Rumble of 2022 and have some fun moments in there with Matt Riddle, hitting that Canadian Destroyer and just looking like a guy that makes sense to be in the Rumble. You're like, oh, I get it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he should be in that. And this time him being back didn't feel like a big promotional stunt. It just felt like, oh yeah, bro's just back because he likes the graps. Things would go quiet and we wouldn't see Bad Bunny until WrestleMania 38 during the Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio match, actually helping Rey Mysterio secure the win over his son. By the way, did you know that match was sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch? And just seeing Rey Mysterio with the giant Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot is just, what a visual. But you knew in that moment, oh, they're gonna have another match. And you kind of thought it was gonna be Dominic Mysterio versus Bad Bunny, but we'll talk about that in a little bit because I feel like that match still needs to happen at some point. But it was actually with one of Dom's teammates and Bunny's former friend, Damian Priest. Backlash that year will be announced to be in Puerto Rico and Bad Bunny would be the host of it. And things quickly escalated before having a Puerto Rican street fight at the PLE, Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny. And before the match even started, we got probably one of the loudest entrances I've ever heard in professional wrestling. When Bunny made his entrance to the sea of wrestling fans there that night, I wish I went to that show because, oh my God, just watching it was so loud. So being there in person, he probably couldn't even hear his own song. Bunny isn't a technical wrestler, so him having a one-on-one match is gonna need all the bells and whistles in order to make it look like something great. So having the street fight element of using all the weapons, Priest having his squad, Bad Bunny having his squad, the LWO, even a returning Savio Vega and returning Carlito, added to the spectacle of this match and made Bunny look like an actual wrestling star on top of just happening to be like a global megastar. There's still one more match we need to see out of Bad Bunny, and I'm surprised we haven't gotten it yet, but I think I understand the reason why. I mean, one, the guy's schedule is probably just like stacked and packed. Like, he did a residency in Puerto Rico and sold out the arena 30 times, 19,000 people each time. That's insane. That's like the same people going to the show each time over and over and over and over again. And I think after this match, he can call it quits with wrestling because there's not a better story that you can tell with the guy right now. We are still going to need to watch Dominic Mysterio versus Bad Bunny. And if he still has the titles, you could do it for the Intercontinental Championship. No one's gonna complain. It's not like we expect him to win. Or the AAA Mega Championship. What a way to put your new acquisition up. The reason why Bad Bunny's WWE run was so successful is because you can generally tell this guy actually wanted to be there. Because at the end of the day, wrestling fans are very easy to please. All we want to see is just people who actually care about what they're doing the thing that everyone in that arena and watching at home is collectively passionate about. What do you guys think of Bad Bunny's WWE run, and should he wrestle Dominic Mysterio at some point in the future? Let me know in the comments.